Good evening, Matt.
Good evening, how are you, mate?
I'm great. Well, everybody remembers that when you won X Factor.
Yeah,
What was that?
how could you forget?
7 and a bit years ago now.
Yeah, no, nearly. I mean, so much has happened. You know, it's one of those things, the busier you are, the more time flies, so it doesn't seem that long ago.
Tell me about it, I know that. And I remember years ago when I was a young man, they said, as you get older, time goes quicker, Christmas comes around, yeah, and it sure does. Now, we won't even go to that one. Let's talk about you're doing a show locally first. Let's talk about that, get that out of the way. It's tomorrow night, the 20th of February. You're at the Stables in Milton Keynes or in Wavendon, and you're going to be playing songs from your new album, I believe.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there will be songs from all three or all four now. But I'm really excited. This is the first time I've got to play since, well, in 2018. It's the first show of 2018 for me. There is, so much new stuff to play. I mean, we won't be able to get through it all. But, the album is out in, well, I can't say exactly when, but very soon now.
Watch this space. So probably March or April, we'd probably say, shall we?
Yes, around that time.
What's the title of the new album? Because I'm sure the fans will want to know to pre-order it and all this business.
Well, I mean, it's a departure from where I've been before musically. It's a lot more electronic than anything I've...
Oh, great stuff.
It's one of those, as time goes on as an artist, you need to kind of progress within yourself, to keep yourself interested, as well as the fans,
And is it all self-penned compositions? Or
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no covers or anything like that?
No, not this time round.
No, that's great. Because you've... I love the old electro stuff, the people like Eurasia, Pet Shop Boys, all that sort of stuff I really enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, if the cover's done the right way, it can be amazing. I mean, I can't deny that the biggest hit I've had to date was the song with Biffy Clyro. It's just a great song. Yeah,
I mean that's that. I mean, yeah, if you do a cover version, it's always good to to change it slightly, isn't it? I think, and that's the great thing. We won't dwell on that. You've also been playing in the West End. You did a little stint in the West End, didn't you?
I have. I mean, that's something I never ever thought I would do. It kind of came out of nowhere. It's taken me four years really to write this album. So in the middle of after a couple of years of writing, I couldn't sit through another writing session doing this and that one. I had to have a break. And the theatre thing came along, and it was just absolutely incredible.
It was for those that didn't know, it was Memphis, wasn't it? It was
with Lovely Night. It was.
I know.
It was a great show.
She's a great voice as well, isn't she?
Oh my God! You have no idea.
Oh no, she absolutely. So, I mean, you've written this new album. How does the songwriting process work with you?
It differs. You can't really ask for inspiration. You just have to stick yourself in the studio, as much as possible, and kind of wait to dig up the gold. I mean, I've had a lot to write about for this album. A lot has happened since my last album, Porcelain, and it's all kind of been poured into this record, really.
Is there anything you can tell us about that's happened?
Life in general. I went through a pretty tough time in 2013 with addiction. I went to sort myself out, took some time out, and I went and cleaned myself up. And a lot of that is in the album, but in a positive way. It's not dwelling on the negative. It's taking the positive.
No, so we're looking forward, not back.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great. That's the best way. So when you I've sort of tried to touch on the songwriting. Is it you sit there with a guitar and you just play away, or?
Well, I mean, it can be anything really. It can be a guitar, or it can be a drum beat. It can be a bass line. It can be just a line or a lyric. It can start anywhere. And you just have to roll with it. It's something you learn a lot. Quite quickly after being sent into writing sessions with people, is just to go with whatever's happening, and it might not be the right thing on that day. It might be a load of rubbish. But you just got to see it through, because the time every now and again there is something golden.
So who do you draw upon as your inspiration? Who did you sort of listen to when you were growing up? And I mean, you're still a very young man. Certainly in comparison to me, you are. Who did you sort of listen to at home when you were sort of a young man? And who influenced you?
I grew up on Michael Jackson, Peter Gabriel, I forget his name. Why is it? Phil Collins. A lot of the stuff. Crowded House was a lot. It was going on in the car while we were driving places. My dad always stick a bit of Crowded House.
Yeah.
But then it kind of got, for me personally, it was in Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Rage Against the Machine, and it's anything and everything that excites me musically.
Is there anybody you'd like to work with, and you'd like to collaborate? I know you've done. We're going to play that song in a little while. The Mel C with the duet you did with Mel C, "Loving You." Is there anybody you'd like to work with? You've not managed to work with yet, or?
I've got a huge amount of respect for London Grammar and Hannah Reid. I'd love to work with her in any capacity, whether it be in studio or on stage. I think they're amazing.
And I mean, you said this is your first show of 2018. Is the plans for a big tour?
It will be, yes, absolutely. Once the album's out, there's still so much to do with regards to promo, getting the album out, and showcases and things like that. But once we hit the ground running, we'll definitely be touring.
So this is so watch this space. I'll go through the website, and I'll also reiterate where people can see you.
Okay,
do you remember the first record you bought? You took your pocket money down to Woolworths or wherever. Probably Woolworths wasn't around when you were a young man. I think it was.
Well, it was. It may have been. I think it was to deal with a generation. I think it was the Prodigy's first album.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a bit of an old fire starter on the choir.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a song you listen to and you think, God, I wish I'd written that, or I'd love to record that?
Speed of Sound by Coldplay.
The Speed of Sound?
I want to hear it.
Oh, it's a great album. Coldplay are a bit like Marmite, aren't they? People either love them or hate them.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot more people love than hate, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. I get people, they're this and this, but I love Coldplay. I've told it to everybody. I love Coldplay, so there we go.
Not a bad thing.
No, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind with a few quid behind them as well, so that's another story.
Well, million.
Before a show,
they're just such a great band. The way they evolve and have over the years is amazing.
There's a lot to be said, and they're great talents as well. Do you get nervous still before you go on stage?
Yeah, every time. Every time I think if you don't, then there's something wrong. But it's more nerves. It's not lack of confidence. It's just lack of. I don't know. You want it to go well. You want to be your best. You want to do your best, and it's just it's pretty.
With it being live, anything can happen, can't it? I've had a few mishaps, which we won't mention on air. So, do you have a sort of a ritual before you go on stage? Do you have a little sort of,
Yeah, I mean, I'm very superstitious.
Yeah, some people are.
I have OCD just slightly. So yeah, the more nervous I get, the more ridiculous those superstition things get.
Go on, can you spill the beans on one? Go on.
I mean, when I was on Memphis every night, I wear a necklace every day, and I had to sit on the table in a specific way before I go on. If anyone knocked, little things like that.
That's good. I interviewed one guy once, and I can't even remember who it was, and he said he had a pair of lucky pants. Ever since then, that question's been in the repertoire. It's quite good. Away from the music business, what do you do to relax?
I skateboard.
Really?
I like to go for walks as well. I mean, there's something about travelling, whether it's on foot, in a car, on train or whatever. It's nice. I find it relaxing.
What? Just have a little walk?
Yeah.
It opens
no particular direction.
Yeah, it opens the sort of body up, doesn't it? I find that it's
great.
Makes your lungs pump and you're off and going. So yeah.
No, it's great. It's good for the mind.
So you obviously went on and won X Factor. If anybody was thinking about either going on X Factor or starting out in singing, performing like yourself, what bit of advice would you offer them?
Just never give up. That's the thing, sometimes these things happen overnight. Sometimes these things happen over 10 years. If you want something bad enough, you can have it as long as you commit yourself. So I would just say, if it's truly something you believe in and you're passionate about, just never stop doing it.
Yeah, because it wasn't. I mean, I think everybody thinks, oh, Matt, he was on X Factor, overnight sensation. But you'd been working in the music business for about 5, 6, 7 years before you. No, about 5 years before you went on the X Factor. You were with a band called Darwin, and also with Seven Summers. And so what made you decide to go from being in the band to going solo?
To be fair, it just happened. Actually, I was playing a show in a pub, and a friend of mine filmed me and then sent it into the online audition for X Factor without me knowing. And then one thing kind of led hugely to another. But I never had designs on leaving the band or whatever. It was just, I was committed, and as we were growing up, people were getting married, having babies, getting serious jobs, and I was the only one who was still kind of sticking at it,
Yeah? Oh, well, it's obviously paid off for you, because where are the other guys now?
Well, they've got lovely families and great jobs.
Wow, it's not the worst thing. But I mean, you originated from, or you were born in Southampton, a lovely part of the world. You're a lucky man. But you live now in Essex.
No, I live in London now.
You live in London?
I lived in Essex after Southampton, and ever since X Factor I've lived in London.
It's a great place to live, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, some little couple of silly questions. Your favourite food and drink?
Mum's spaghetti.
Mum spaghetti. What about drink-wise? Do you like
drink?
Nice.
Probably a Hendrix and tonic.
Okay, lovely. Favourite colour?
Blue.
Blue. And what's your worst fear or phobia?
Flying.
You don't like flying?
No.
I love flying. It's crashing I'm not so keen on.
It's that sudden stop at the end.
Yeah. You don't like flying at all?
Well, no, it's one of those things. I don't know. I've always been a nervous flyer, but you know, it's just exactly. I can't fly myself, so that's.
Well, yeah, it's true. Actually, I like to be in control. It's when the pilot's nervous you need to start worrying.
Oh yeah, when you get near.
Okay, and
with the radio.
Finally, what would you like to say to your fans? You know, you've got your fans are all listening in now. What would you like to say to them?
I just want to say thank you for your constant love and support that's kept me going. You know, before, during, and for 8 years post X Factor, it's been absolutely incredible. I can't wait to deliver the new album to you all.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing this new album as well. I'm hoping I'm going to get hold of a copy fairly soon.
Absolutely, yeah.
Be lovely. Let's tell everybody quickly where they can see you again. It's the Stables in Wavendon on the outskirts of Milton Keynes. It's tomorrow night, Tuesday the 20th of February. Kicks off at 8 p.m. Tickets are £25 and £30. And if you want tickets for that, it's www.stables.org, or you can ring the box office. Don't think there's many left, so they better get a move on. 01908 280 800. And of course, if they want to know any more about you and your tour, you have your website. Which do you want to do it quickly? And
I think it's still mattcardlemusic.com.
It is. And are you on the old social media as well?
We're on all the socials at Matt Cardle.
Just go tap it in for you.
All that sort of stuff.
Okay, well, it's time to say goodbye. I'm going to play this song. Would you like... it's the duet with Mel C. Would you like to introduce it? Tell us a little bit about it, and then we say goodbye, Matt.
Thank you so much. Honestly, it's been a pleasure. This was the track that came, out of nowhere for me. I'd known Mel for a while, and we decided to hook up and get in the studio and see what we could do, and this was the product of it. This is Loving You.
Thank you very much, Matt.